Hi everyone! So this is my last video of the year. I can't believe I've been making YouTube videos since March. That's really cool. Yeah, it's been like an interesting year for me, and I think part of the reason is the fact that I started doing YouTube videos and just really enjoy the process of kind of documenting my life and creative projects. And like, I think if nothing else, like if this channel doesn't even grow that much, I'll always be able to look back on these videos and kind of like remember what was going on in my life, because I have really poor memory and I don't keep like a diary, like a written diary of any kind. So yeah, I think it's fun to like look back at videos and see what my life was like, I guess. I mean, not that I go super personal or into detail or anything, but still, I think it's like a really cool like video diary to have. And yeah, I really enjoy the creative process of like thinking of video ideas and like how to shoot them and how to edit them, and you know, when to use music, when not to use music. um, and I think that like it's been like a really positive experience. It's definitely a lot of work, and it does mean I have like less free time. But I don't know, in the new year I'm gonna try and see how I can balance out my work as an illustrator and all of my personal goals, and also like YouTube, and try not to burn myself out. I do feel kind of burnt out at the moment. I'm sure a lot of people are experiencing that right now. December is kind of wild, right, for everyone. So recently also we had to deal with some renovations on our house. So right now I'm sitting in the cabin that my partner and I built a couple of years ago with the help of friends. But we also have this other house on the property which like my partner's great grandparents built. I think the house is like more than 60 years old, and it's gone through a lot of renovations, most of which we did ourselves. And because it's been happening for so long, like I think it's been like 4 years now that we've been living here part-time, full-time, doing renovations and stuff, I basically just feel really burnt out from renovations. But we had this kind of like urgent situation that we had to deal with. So yeah, let's talk about renovations. So basically there's a hole in the floor slash ceiling right now of the house. The ceiling of the downstairs and the floor of the upstairs is the same thing. It's just like a row of planks, like wooden oak planks and nothing else. And in one corner of the house, before we moved in here, the roof had like some kind of damage and water was like leaking through. So basically that corner of the house was rotten, like both the floor and the ceiling. And we were sitting downstairs recently on the sofa watching movies, and then we noticed that there's like dry mouse poops everywhere. Just like dry mouse poop everywhere on the sofa. It was so horrible, and it was clearly falling from the ceiling above, where we knew that the floor is damaged and rotten, and we know that we sometimes have mice and stuff, but this poop was like obviously very old. And so I went upstairs, because that's my room actually. Upstairs it's like my room where I keep all my art supplies, and that's where I do all of my like creative whatever work. And the idea was just to clean it, but then we realized it's so rotten that we need to take out the whole floor and finally deal with this problem, even though it's only a few days before Christmas, and obviously nobody wants to deal with this right now. So we took out all the rotten floors, and now there's a hole in the ceiling downstairs and a hole in the floor upstairs, if that makes sense. And we went and put an order for wood to replace it, but now it's the 22nd of December, so I don't know. I have no motivation to do anything before Christmas right now. I don't know. Maybe it will be like a January problem. But yeah, I don't know. It's full of poops, huh? Oh. We also have other renovations to do in that other house that we started in October, and then a bunch of stuff happened and we had to stop, and now it's really hard to find the motivation to start again. But again, it's a January problem, you know, like when it's December and like everything that you have to do in your life, and you're like, it's a January problem. And then of course that makes the concept of January very stressful, because you keep postponing things until January, and then January just sounds like the worst month that could happen to anyone ever. It's even worse than December. Like December is already bad enough because of all of the like holiday stress and whatever, and trying to wrap up all the work that you have to do, and trying to figure out what you're doing for Christmas and New Year's Eve and stuff like that. And then January is like so much worse. Anyways, so yeah, that's been kind of stressful lately, but otherwise all is good with me, I guess. My cats, Lupin and Murmur, they went to live with their other parents because we have a co-parenting situation with my cats. And so my partner and I take care of them for some part of the year, and then for the rest of the year, or like in the winter time, they're with their other parents in the city. So yeah, I miss them a lot. But it's really funny because as soon as my cats left, these other cats started coming into our garden to ask us for food, and yeah, they kind of know, I guess, that we feed cats or that we might have food. But before, when my cats were here, they would have never come because it's like their territory. So I would just see other cats like circling our property but never really like coming in, or if one of them did happen to come in, my cats would just like chase them away. So now that my cats are gone, all these cats are like coming and being like, hey, like, what's up? Is like the cat opening free? Are you still looking for like a cat maybe? So let me start with our main cast of characters, because we actually have a cat turf war going on right now in our garden. So contestant number 1 is Maya Jr. Why is she called Maya Jr., you might ask? Because 2 years ago, I think, we were feeding this cat called Maya, and she was a black cat with like a white spot on her. And this cat that's showing up now is not Maya, but like probably 99% probably she's related to Maya. So she might even be like her daughter or something. Maya Jr. might be pregnant. Her belly looks a bit big, so we'll see if we might have some kittens around soon. You never know. Second contestant is Hodor. We named him Hodor.
Yes, baby, you're very hungry.
He's very sweet, he's very adorable. He doesn't know how to eat cat food, like the dry cat food. He doesn't know how to eat it. So he has this super awkward way of walking all over it, and then it's always like eluding him and escaping him somehow. And then when he does manage to get one in his mouth, he doesn't chew it, he just swallows it full. And he was really scared of us at first, but now he's really like cute, and he rubs himself against my feet, and he's a lot more sociable now. Contestant number 3 is Sushi. Maybe? Is it Sushi? We don't know. Now, Sushi, we adopted a year ago, I think. There was this guy in the village who had some kittens, and we thought it might be nice to actually adopt, a cat. So we brought him home, and it was super traumatizing for him. He hated the first 24 hours, but then he became like super sweet and friendly and cuddly, and we were like giving him all the treatments, like making sure he has all the medicine that he needs and stuff like that. And for all intents and purposes, he was like our cat, but then we had to go back to Sofia, to the capital, to live there for some months, and we arranged for someone from the village to come and feed him like every day. But when I guess some time passed and he saw that there were no human beings on this property, he just decided to leave and go around the village. And I was super sad and devastated. And, I had plans to take him to be castrated and to be vaccinated. He hadn't been vaccinated yet. And I was so devastated and I was so heartbroken because I really grew extremely attached to him and I really loved him a lot. And I basically felt like we just abandoned him. And at the same time, he's an outdoor cat. Like, he's very capable of taking care of himself and stuff like that. But he kind of disappeared. Then my mother-in-law managed to vaccinate him. Like, we bought the vaccine and you can just administer it yourself. It's actually not that hard, surprisingly. But yeah, she managed to do it because he was kind of wandering the village. Some people were seeing him every now and again. But then in the last few months, like, I didn't see him at all. And now, all of a sudden, there's this big cat that kind of looks like him, I guess. I mean, it's very difficult for me to tell because when I last saw him, he was much smaller, and now this cat is like really huge. So I don't really know if it's like him or not. There's another one there, the black one, on the street.
That one's also male.
Yeah. Sushi, is that you?
No.
Woof. You barking now?
Why don't you take a photo?
I don't know. This cat look to you like this other cat? What do you think? Is it the same cat? Is it Sushi? Is it my beloved Sushi? Is he back? Let me know in the comments. Maybe you're really good at identifying cats. I can't really tell. So he's maybe Sushi, but he's very scared of us. Like we've been trying to give him food, but he just walks away from the food. He's like super scared of us. So, and then there's like this other cat that he's so scared of us. He's also a male cat, but he's so scared of us that he's always circling around our property. But every time if I get out of the door of the house, he'll like run away super fast. And he, as far as I can tell, he's black and has some white spots on him. And so the other day, this happened situation where we were feeding Hodor, Sushi showed up, but then the black and white cat also showed up. So Sushi was caught in between the black and white cat and Hodor, and they were all doing this like horrible meowing sound. So anyway, that's the story of the cat turf wars. Oh, and Maya, whenever Hodor shows around, Maya is immediately like, ba 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 ba, you know, when the cats do this thing where they like quickly like beat someone with their like paw. So she's very like, I came here first, which she did. Like recently she was the first one to show up, so fair enough. She's like, this is my turf. So yeah, that's been the cat drama. At least it's, yeah, some entertainment, I guess. But you know, we try to feed all of them, and you know, I would love to feed this Sushi, maybe Sushi one also, but he's too scared of us, and the black and white one is also too scared of us. The black and white one doesn't have a name. Maybe we should name him. Let me know if you think we should name him. What should be his name? Anyways. What else have we been doing? We decorated the Christmas tree kind of very close to Christmas. It would have been nice to do it a bit earlier, because then I would have had time to also like DIY some more like Christmas ornaments. But yeah, I wanted to show you these like really cute Christmas decorations that I have. They're vintage decorations. They're made out of wood and they're hand painted. And I've had them for a long time, ever since I was a teenager. I think I probably found them in a flea market, or my parents found it in a flea market. Like a collection of them, and a lot of them have like damage now, and some of their like limbs are missing, or like the paint is chipped off. I don't mind the limbs missing so much, to be honest. I kind of feel it's like, I don't know, disability representation or something. But I definitely feel like I could, you know, sand them and like repaint them. I just never have the time for it. I always decorate the Christmas tree like a few days before Christmas, and I don't have like the energy to kind of like fix them. But I don't know, maybe next year I really want to kind of fix them up a bit, repaint them. But yeah, they're so adorable. I love the fact that they're made out of wood. I love the fact that you can tell that they've been hand painted. This is a gilded walnut, which is really cool, but I need to respray them with some gold. These are from when I was a kid. I've had them, these Santas. They're also very broken. They're made out of plastic. This one I thrifted recently, and I thought it kind of looks very Christmassy, this puppet. And she's gonna sit kind of underneath the tree, I guess, as a decoration. This beautiful porcelain plate I recently thrifted as well. I also thrifted this candle holder, which is made out of wood and hand painted. These ones are missing figurines, and I just have to like reattach or glue some figurines inside of them. And these ones are handmade by me and my partner a couple of years ago. They're really funny. I really like them. I just had some figurines lying around, and I could just attach like something to hang them from the tree. And this is a air clay dove that one of us made. I don't remember which one of us made it. And I had these from the vintage collection of like toys. I also had these frames in the shape of a like sun, I guess, also made out of wood. And I kind of decorated them. This sounds really funny. Yeah, it's really fun making your own Christmas decorations. Like, you can just glue a bunch of stuff together, even if you're not very crafty. It's not a problem. So this wooden shelf, my partner bought in Greece, and it was actually originally made to hold like printing letters, basically. But now we're just gonna use it to put little figurines inside, and it's been like sitting around for like months, and we finally put it up on the wall. And this is not the position that we left it in. We moved it to this window. I think it looks a lot better. It's in between the window and the door. And we don't really have a lot of stuff to put in it, but the idea is that every time we would go on a trip or like thrifting or something, we would find like little figurines and put them inside of this shelf, and you know, it's a really cute thing. Oh my god, this chair I bought recently. It was 30 euros, and I just randomly happened to walk into a shop that was selling secondhand clothes as well as furniture, and we're currently looking for a wardrobe, which I didn't find, but I did find this chair, and it really spoke to me, and I was like asking my partner, like, should I get it, should I get it? It's scratched a little bit, but I don't mind. It looks really old, it's really heavy because it's made entirely out of wood, and it has cool seats to sit on, and it's just so cool because I don't really own any like old furniture at all, and I'm just so happy about this freaking chair. It's just so beautiful, so pretty. So yeah, then we started kind of upcycling and fixing some of our decorations. Some of them needed like string so you can attach them to the tree again, and I also upcycled a few of them. Some very easy, chill crafts that we did one evening. Had the fireplace on, we were just playing like Christmas music and you know, trying to get into the Christmas spirit, I guess. But yeah, I had all of these crafts kind of like on the table. I had some buttons that I thought would be cool to use, and some little figurines and ribbons and glue, and just, you know, gluing stuff together. This one I only had to add like green ribbon to it so it can be put in the tree. This one I filled it with beads because it was an empty jar, and then I put that little button on top, and it looks really cute. This one I reattached to re-glued the figurine of the angel inside of the little house. This one had no nose, and I found this little red nose, which is not from him, but I thought it looked really funny, so I decided to glue it on him. This one needed a little bit of spice, you know? It wasn't like Christmassy enough, so I put this like red glitter paper, and I also thought if I put these white buttons all around, it looks kind of like Christmas baubles. Is that how you say it? Baubles? What a weird word. But yeah, I really enjoyed doing this. It was super simple. Then I had this teddy bear, and I put it inside of this house. The teddy bear is not fully three-dimensional, so the back of it is flat. But I guess it's fine. I mean, you won't really be looking at the back of it anyway, so I just glued it on there, and I think it looks really like it belongs there. This is so cute. This is my favorite out of all the ones that I did that evening. I glued some ribbon on the top of the house, some buttons, this like glittery red paper, and the little figurine of a ballerina I glued onto there, and she really looks like she fits there. Like, they both look super cute. They didn't even fit on the tree anymore. It was full of decorations, the tree, so I decided to put it on that wooden shelf instead. So yeah, they just went on there, but they look so cute. And this walnut head I've had from a puppet for many years. Yeah, all the little trinkets. I love trinkets, so for me Christmas is kind of fun just because of like the trinkets that you get to put in a Christmas tree. And also I love how tacky Christmas is. Like, I love tacky things. I love kitschy things. I love the kitsch like aesthetic. We also realized that we didn't have a Christmas topper. So my partner is a 3D artist, and he has a 3D printer, so I was like, let's 3D print a Christmas topper. So yeah, he found this really cute like free 3D model, and he printed it out. We were gonna spray paint it with gold paint, but it's been raining outside, so there's no place for me to kind of spray paint this thing. But it looks cute white as well, and it's nice to be able to just make stuff at home from scratch. Like 3D printers are so crazy. It's nice to like make DIY presents and give to people and try not to buy things as much as possible. Obviously not everyone has a 3D printer, but you know what I mean. It's nice to just make stuff yourself. So in that spirit, I'm making body scrubs to give to people at Christmas, and I'll link the recipe down below, but it's very simple. It's basically like coconut oil or olive oil, and you mix it with like sugar and coffee, and then that acts like the graininess of the sugar and the coffee acts as like an exfoliant. But then because you use it in the shower, when you step out of the shower, you'll still have like some moisturizer on your skin because of the oil inside. So that's like really nice. I received it once as a present years ago, and I think it's like a really nice present to give to someone because it's super easy to make, and if you're looking for last minute Christmas ideas, Christmas present ideas, then this is like a really good one. Another one is like you can make food and put it in jars to give to people. So that's what my partner is making. He's gonna make onion chutney and put it in jars and give it to people for Christmas, which is super cool. And I'm very excited because I love onion chutney. So I'm excited to eat that as well. So yeah, that's another really good last minute Christmas idea, and one that, you know, if you even have like jars lying around, then the only thing you have to buy is like some ingredients, you know. So I think that's nice. I've also been making this paper chain which really reminds me of like kindergarten crafts and makes me really happy. I've just been making it whilst sat in front of the TV and watching TV shows and movies, and I want to make it really long, and then I can use it as like a decoration around the house for Christmas time. And this is the only paper that I had, but next year I want to also buy some colorful paper and make some colorful ones. So yeah, make your own decorations, make your own presents. Resist the urge to buy things. I mean, I'm saying this to myself also because I also want to buy a lot of things, but I realize that it's really not like a good thing. I just want to get back into making stuff myself. The other like thing I'm giving people for Christmas is like this illustration I made of myself and my partner's family like 2 years ago, and it's basically like an illustration of our Christmas together. I've basically framed a bunch of them and I'm going to give them out as presents as well. So yeah, you could just print some nice photos of like a nice memory and give it to someone as a present. I feel like Christmas presents are just, you know, I'm sure you know what I mean. It's just too much. It's too stressful, and it shouldn't be stressful at all. If anything, the holiday season should just be about getting rest and eating food and hanging out with people that you like. Why do people make it so much worse than it needs to be? I don't get it. Yeah, I think we all could do with a little more like DIY spirit and making things yourself and taking the time to make things yourself, because making things yourself takes time, but if you're always busy and running around and doing stuff, then you're not gonna have the time. So really, like, the question is, you know, why do we have so little time to do the things that we love? That kind of sucks. Anyways, then a couple of days later we went to my mother-in-law's place to decorate her tree, and she had this guy that's missing a boot.
Meow. Why don't you come down? Are you stuck? Baby, I can't reach her. Hello. Hello. We should buy a bag of cat food and leave it here.
Yeah.
Baby. Oh my god. Oh, baby. I don't have any food. But this one is like stuck there, I feel. She's too scared to jump down.
So yeah, this is the other village where my mother-in-law lives, and we go there sometimes, and there's also a really lovely fireplace there, and I love sitting beside the fireplace. I think the best thing about living in the village, probably in the winter time, is that you get to have fireplaces. We decorated her tree I just wanted to say that I know that Christmas time is really difficult for a lot of people. Honestly, it's quite difficult for me as well, just because, a lot of people are estranged from members of their family, like they don't talk to them anymore, they have a strained relationship or a toxic relationship, and they've decided to cut them out of their lives, which is definitely my situation. And on my partner's family side, there has been like a death in the family recently, so I know that's the situation for a lot of people. Like, it might be difficult for them because they're grieving someone, and the holiday season is just like a reminder of that. Like, it's kind of weird when people are celebrating around you, but you feel like sad and you're grieving. That's the situation for honestly most people. And I hope that whatever the situation that you're in, you're taking care of yourself and you're resting or going on an adventure, whichever, suits you best. If you feel like spending Christmas alone, that's totally fine. If you want to spend it with people that you actually like, that's totally fine. And it's normal to think about death. It's normal to think about grieving. I think winter especially is just the time where you think about these things. And yeah, I'm sending you all a really big hug, and I hope you're wrapped up in a cozy blanket, and I hope you are surrounded by people that you like. That's my wish for you at the end of this year. And yeah, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching my videos, subscribing to my channel. Yeah, I really look forward to another year of doing YouTube videos in 2026. I think that's gonna be super cool and interesting for me. And yeah, I have so many ideas for videos that there's never enough time to do everything you want to do in this world. But I'm really happy that I started this channel. Honestly, I think it's been a really cool and interesting experience. I wish you a really pleasant, hopefully not stressful end of the year. Hopefully fun, hopefully restful, hopefully chill. I wish all of this onto you. And yeah, I'll see you in the next year. Bye.